Hey everybody, it's Kenny Cummins here. You're chilling with Kenny C. And don't mind me, I'm just bringing in one of my good friends in the wrestling world. She was a wrestler once upon a time, but she's moved on to far bigger things. You've seen her at Squared Circle Expo, and she's got a big show coming up. She put it all together herself, and it's going to take place at Cincinnati, Ohio. It's called Power Pride Pro Wrestling. And to talk about that and so much more, I am joined with my good friend, Heather Owens. How's it going?
Pretty good, Kenny. Good. I'm glad you got me on the show. It's been a while since I talked to you. We've crossed paths at like Squared Circle and
Yeah,
at the West Coast
yeah,
rap show. But I think
yeah.
it's like really don't get to conversate. So thank you for having me on the show.
Appreciate you. So yeah, it seems like my year is not complete if I don't run into Heather at one of these.
At least once a
At
year,
least
at
at least
least.
once. But we got
Yeah.
we got we got two last
Yeah.
year. We got one this year. Maybe
Yep.
no, actually we got two
We got two
already.
this year. Yep. Squared
Square
Circle
Circle and
and
the
at the
NW,
concert.
yeah, yeah, and also North NWF,
Oh
PGWA.
shit,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
So a couple times.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is the first time I interviewed Heather in 8 years. I went
That is
back.
insane. Oh my God, you're making me feel so old. Like 8 years ago, I've been retired for three, 3.5 years. I've been
Yeah.
retired. So, oh my
And,
God.
and the interesting thing is, I didn't even know that you were retired until I seen you at the Fort Wayne because
Oh
you was
yeah,
there to promote. That was the year before pandemic thing happened.
right.
So it was like, and it was the first one was supposed to take place in 2020, and
Yes.
then it got pushed back
Mm-hmm.
to 2021. I was there. I am a very satisfied wrestling fan that got to meet all of these larger than life performers that I grew up watching and idolizing last year and this year. And I've always wondered if professional wrestling, if us in the Midwest area was going to get one of these, because WrestleCade, that happens every year.
Right.
There was the convention during WrestleMania weekend that happens every year. But I feel like Midwest, we have a storied history in professional wrestling.
Oh, for
Feel
sure.
like, so if any region should get one of these wrestling conventions, it should be us in the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky.
Right.
Yeah, that particular region. So I'm glad that you and everyone else involved that was able to make Square Circle Expo a reality, considering it's a new convention going into 2020, having
Mm-hmm.
to adapt and everything into 2021, and things turned out very smooth. And 2022 turned out well as well. So I'm excited for 2023. You got Kurt Angle confirmed, the first
Yes.
confirmed, and there'll be more announcements to come. So check out Square Circle Expo on your social medias, and just keep. The tickets are already on sale right now, so
Yes.
go.
VIP. VIP is already sold out. Like as
Mm,
soon as we put it on sale, it was gone, which is amazing for us. Kind of shitty for, the wrestling fans that are just like, "Oh, I don't get paid this week." But I
yeah,
mean, super exciting for us to show that, y'all are very excited to, come to a show like this. And us, both me and Ed, we used to wrestle, and Adolfo and Carrie, they actually came from the other convention world, so they don't know much of anything about wrestling. But me and Ed, we knew that, we're Cincinnati, and we knew that the Midwest, there's no wrestling convention. So we knew Indianapolis, it's that perfect distance from Chicago, from St. Louis, from Louisville and Cincinnati. So it's like everybody can kind of go and make it to Indianapolis. So we're going into our third year. and things are going great. I mean, we're very, very blessed for, the people and the positive word that we get. Like, we have not really had like any negative comments at all. So, I mean, that's amazing because coming from the other convention world where you have a lot of negative things,
Yeah.
so we took everything we learned from the other convention world and then the shit that we've learned from the wrestling business, and then we put it into one and we're like, what do we want to see as wrestling promoters, wrestling fans? So I think we
Yeah.
have a good product out there.
We're really, really good. And I will say, I will give credit to Heroes and Legends because that was the first wrestling convention I started going to. And that drive is a lot farther than Indianapolis. So if I can,
Yeah.
so if I can make it to Fort Wayne, I best believe I'll be at Indianapolis.
Yeah, we've
Uh,
made that trip to Fort Wayne a couple times.
yeah,
So yeah, Indianapolis is a lot closer. So
yeah,
and it's around things. So Fort Wayne's like up there. They
yeah,
ain't shit up there. Maybe like one or two, like I don't know, like McDonald's.
yeah,
But like
yeah.
Indianapolis, there's like as soon as you go to the hotel, you don't even need to leave the hotel because we have so much stuff going on Friday and Saturday. Everything door dashes. We're doing karaoke till 2 in the morning. So
Mm.
it's just like once you park your car, you ain't gotta go.
Yes. So go check out Squared Circle Expo coming to you right around most is definitely on the weekend after WrestleMania from my
Yes.
understanding.
So it's Easter weekend, but
Yeah.
it's not Easter. It's Friday and Saturday. So it's April 7th and 8th.
Gotcha.
So people can come hang out, have a good time on Friday and Saturday, and then they have enough time to go home and celebrate with the family, celebrate the Jesus and everything on Sunday.
The Jesus. Go
On
go.
Sunday, yeah.
And yeah, and we just had a famous in-wing return recently. Fascinating with the rabbits,
Mhm.
bunny rabbits, however you want to call them, per se. But go there. I've been there. I've been to both conventions. I am left there very satisfied because I
Good.
got to see pretty much all the people that I wanted to see. And y'all setting the bar very high for a very young
So
convention.
so
Um,
last year, what was your favorite, like who was your favorite person that you met or your like favorite photo op? Because I know mine, it was a throw up because mine, I love the New Age Outlaws. That was like my shit growing up. I love Road Dog. So to be able to like hang out with Road Dog and Billy Gunn, they were so funny and they were just so cool. And like getting my photo with them, I had like a fangirl moment. I'm like, oh my God, yay. And then the APA, when I got the APA photo and we had the
mm,
whole setup with like the poker chips and
yes.
they were drinking beer. Like it was the attitude era all over again. Like it was just so much fun. Like being able to put myself there and then having all of you guys who grew up with me get to experience that too.
So my favorite from this past year, it was definitely Road Dog. I didn't
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to do the photo op,
Hmm.
so I had to take pictures individually. But Road Dogg, he definitely made the experience worth the while.
He's
He
hilarious.
he we took more we took some serious photos. We took a funny photo, him just giving me a hug,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm just having this emoji per se. So Road Dogg, he was definitely the best one from 2022. I say
Yeah.
2021 per se. Uh, you know, I'll go with Britt Baker. I'll go with Britt.
Okay.
I like the DMD. She cool. She got the sneaker game going. She doing her thing in the ring. She cool. She's awesome. So I definitely enjoy Brett. She
Okay.
was there last year and this year. So
Yeah.
she become quite the popular um person to see, obviously. So yeah, go check out Square Circle Expo. To get your tickets, at
Yes.
least single tickets at this point, because everything else is about sold out by now. But get your single tickets. Squared Circle
Yes. And obviously
Expo.com.
we're going to start announcing more people soon.
Yeah,
I mean, we only got one person announced so far, Kurt Angle, but I mean, last year we had over 60 people, like 60 celebrity wrestlers. That's a lot. So this year, hopefully, we're going to kind of trim it down. We're going to have a nice, crisp, group of people. So, I mean, we're still going to have something for everybody. We're going to have the
yeah,
AEW people, the old, WWF, WWE guys,
yeah, yeah.
WCW. Like, we
Yeah.
want something for everybody.
Yeah, so go check it out. More guest announcements to come. Stay tuned. It's not until April, so you got plenty of time. Get
Right.
sick, save your cash. Stack it up a bit, full of photo ops and everything, and the Q&As. There's a wrestling show on Saturday night to end the whole thing. So go check that out.
And
Uh,
actually,
yeah.
this year we're actually gonna have two wrestling shows. We're gonna have a wrestling show on Friday nights
Hmm.
and Saturday night. So Friday night is gonna be more of like I want to say like more local,
Yeah,
it's an indie local show. So
yeah.
I mean, we're still working out all the kinks, but one of the things that people told us is they really wanted to see more wrestling, which was like, okay, cool. So we're gonna have 2 nights of wrestling.
2 nights.
Yeah.
Double up, double up.
Yup.
So go check that out. So obviously there's some I wanted to chat with you on, obviously Square Circle Expo is one of the sponsors for
Yes.
this November the 4th show, Power Pride Pro Wrestling. It is a drag and wrestling extravaganza.
Yes.
All ages are welcome, hosted by Brooklyn Steel Tate.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about how did this show came to be. Talk about how did this got put together.
Yeah. So, um, so of course when COVID happened, a lot of people you're forced to stay at home. You kind of reevaluate your life. You're like, what's my purpose and things like that. So during COVID, um, that was also a big time for like the Black Lives Matters, and there was a lot going on. So me as a person, I really wanted to get deep down into equality, whether it's for the Black community, for the LGBTQ plus community. I was like, what can I do? So there was actually an opening for Cincinnati Pride to be it was a new position on their board, and it is the co-chair of pride pride athletics, brand new position. So I interviewed, and they accepted me. So I became a member, and that was in January. And so anytime that we do stuff with like Cincinnati Reds or softball, anything sports related, I get to participate in, which is amazing. And then they're like, Heather, we want you because you're the wrestling expert and we don't know anything about wrestling. We want you to put on an all queer wrestling show. And I'm like, holy crap. Okay. So, I mean, I know so many wrestlers. Trying to find wrestlers that fit into those categories, it's a challenge. So I really had to do some deep digging, but through my friends list, either friends or friends of friends, I was able to find, and we have a total of 10 wrestlers, so 5 wrestling matches, and we have 3 drag queens. So we're going to have a couple matches, and then the girls are going to perform their drag performances, a couple more wrestling shows, more drag. So it's just spaced out, so you have the wrestling fans that's never experienced a drag show before, and then you have the drag community going to a wrestling show. So it's like merging of two worlds. So I'm like super anxious and nervous, but so far I've had really positive, feedback and everything. And I mean, we're less than a month away. So I just started advertising the matchups. We only have one matchup announced so
Mhm.
far. But it's Juicy Jimmy out of Kentucky and Gigi Jacobs, which is a local. local boy here in Cincinnati from FGW. So I'm really excited to like, I mean, I'm booker, promoter, um, I'm getting sponsorships, like I'm doing everything. And then also Brooklyn Still Tate, is a drag queen and she is an amazing host. She's like a legend around here, but she doesn't really know wrestling. So I have to also teach her how to, run a wrestling show. So it's so much going on, but I'm so excited to kind of merge both worlds. So,
I find this very fascinating. Um, you've been
yeah.
you very fascinating. You've been a wrestler. You've wrestled with some of the best in the business, and going from performer
Mhm.
to being a promoter slash booker
Mhm.
in a very unique show that is happening. Cincinnati is a city that holds near and dear to my heart because my family lived there once upon a time back in the 90s. I grew up as a Reds fan. The good days.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sorry.
The good
I'm
days.
sorry.
Not
But
2000. Yeah.
at least the Bengals though. At least we got the Bengals kind of it's a rocky start. So,
Yeah. But I will say, because I'm not a Bengals fan, but I know some people that are Bengals fans. They are very, very, they are very
yes.
encouraged
Yes, we
as
are.
far as because I have a I'm a fan of the quarterback Joe Burrow, and I'm a fan
Yes.
of the guy because he's an Ohio guy, Athens, Ohio.
Uh-huh.
He's an Ohio State guy. That's my favorite college team.
Okay.
So he was there, went to LSU, won a national championship there, and Ohio still loved him, even with his short stint with Ohio State. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm fascinated with Joe. But then I'm going to have to root against him this Sunday because he's going up against my team, the Saints. And
Oh,
so we so I'm gonna be a little torn on Sunday.
but I'll give it to you. At least you're a Saints fan and you're
Yeah.
not a Steelers fan. I'll give that to you. Or a Ravens fan. So
No, no,
Browns
no.
Browns is fine because the Bengals and the Browns have been on the same playing field
Yeah.
for so many years. But them damn Ravens,
The
damn Ravens.
purple and black, yeah. Pretty much. But yeah, to the wrestling show, you're going from wrestler to promoter slash
Yes.
booker. Um, that has to be quite the transition. And I've seen wrestlers go through that transition.
Right.
But yours is different and it's very unique because you definitely bring awareness to a community that hasn't been utilized per se or been frowned upon, and you've given this community of performers an opportunity to really showcase themselves, give them a wrestling show that's never been seen before, not just in Cincinnati, but I probably say in the Midwest, honestly.
Right.
So I gotta say kudos to you, Heather, on making this transition.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you. Thank
and
you.
and if I
Yeah,
don't,
and I'm not trying to make this out to be about me,
yeah,
this is for them,
yeah,
and it's just like showcasing all of that. It's going to be pure like positivity. It's going to be so much fun. It's at a brewery. I don't know, wrestlers and drag queens, they love to drink. So,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's also another plus. But also, like, I haven't seen a lot of these people, like MM3, like I haven't seen him because he's out of Michigan.
yeah.
Malcolm Monroe the third. I haven't seen him in, oh my God, years, maybe 5 years or so.
Mhm.
So it's just being able, like, I have wrestlers from Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, all in one place celebrating, the wrestling world, the queer world, like, yeah. So because we have trans, bi, gay, lesbian, pan. So we got a lot of the rainbow covered. So
Yeah,
so excited.
yeah. I want to give a shout out to my friend Juicy Jimmy. I know him. I've interviewed him on my former wrestling show.
Oh, cool.
Very, very cool dude. And
I
I
know he's
see,
old school. I know
yeah,
he's very old school. So I've never got to meet him. So I'm
yeah,
very excited, I've because his name came across from another friend.
yeah,
So, and I I was doing a little research and stuff and seeing that he was like Cynthiana, Kentucky and stuff. I was
yeah.
like, oh shit, I used to run in Cynthiana. So who knows? Maybe we did cross paths, but it was, so many years ago.
I'll definitely say you'll get a kick out of him.
Okay.
He's quite the character.
From what I can tell,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you're correct.
And I'm looking at the flyer here. As far as some of the faces, I see my good friend Haley Shadows is on there.
Haley
Hey,
Shadows.
yes, yes, Miss
Oh my
Shadows is gonna
god.
be there. She's
Well,
awesome.
the last time I saw so me and her, we've wrestled each other, we've tagged each other. Yeah. The last time I saw her was actually at Cody and Kayla's wedding.
Mhm.
We were both bridesmaids. So, which seeing Haley Shadow all like glamored up is she's beautiful, but it was entertaining. So, but no, I'm super excited to see her. Um God, yeah, it's just I wanted to get so many other people, but since it is actually my first wrestling show,
Yeah,
with Pride, I kind of have to prove myself to them. And if this goes awesomely, then hopefully we're going to have other shows. So, whether it's one time a year or, twice a year or whatever. So this is, I had a budget and I was like, boom, 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 I'm sticking to it. And also, me being a previous wrestler, I know all the hardships and all the shit that happens in the locker room. And I was like, I don't want these people to have to worry about pay. As soon as they show up, boom, they get paid. They're not getting paid off the door. Oh, here's a hot dog. Oh, I mean, if we have hot dogs, they can have a hot dog. But they still get their pay, like just learning all this stuff that I had to go through. I don't want anybody in the wrestling business to go through the same shit.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So, and just having a wrestler as a promoter and booker definitely is an encouraging sign for the wrestlers that's going to be there, knowing that you've been there, you've done that, you've been to the ups and downs, and with
that's
this
right. I've
being,
seen some shit,
yeah.
like, yes, but I'm there
So,
for them. I
definitely,
want this show. I want everybody to have a good time. I don't want any kind of drama. That's why everybody that I booked, either they're near and dear to my heart or they got or somebody else put them over and said that they are positive people. And that's what I want. There is no drama, there's no cancer in this locker room. None.
pretty much. So check it out. Cincinnati Pride presents Power Pride Pro Wrestling, a drag and wrestling extravaganza coming to you on Friday, November the 4th at the Humble Monk Brewery,
Yes.
located in Northside, Cincinnati, Ohio. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. You can get your tickets at CincinnatiPride.org. All the sponsors: Cincinnati Pride, World Wrestling, Scancraft, Northside Bank, and the aforementioned Square Circle Expo. Who knows? You might see some of these individuals at that particular convention next year. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean that's a
yeah,
good possibility.
possibility. So this, with this being Heather's first show, and what she's mean to this community, not just in Cincinnati, but just wrestling in general. Everybody need to show up and show out. And regardless of your sexual orientation, come
Right.
through. It's for everybody. You get to see some wrestling. You get to see some a drag show. You get to see all of that. You get to see all of the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And if
So
you've never seen a drag show before, you are missing out. They are the most entertaining individuals. And as a female, I am very jealous of them bitches because they look better in dresses than I do. So props to them.
go check it out. Friday, November 4th. CincinnatiPride.org is where you can get your tickets and get your, it's the opening weekend of November. Get your weekend started right.
Yeah.
With some,
And
yeah.
sorry, and we actually are partnering with Mixwell's, which is a local bar um it's like right down the street from the venue. They're gonna host the after party. So I mean, you go humble monk, you watch some drag, watch some wrestling, you drink some beers. Show's over. You're like, I'm ready to party. You just walk down the street and then you can drink some more. And I'm sure a bunch of us wrestlers are going to be down there because I'm going to be riding high. So I'm going to be like, let's have some drinks.
Go check that out. Power Pride Pro Wrestling, Friday, November the 4th. It's going down. Please show your support. And with this being my first time having a conversation with Heather, and I mentioned this before I pressed the record button. I am wearing a throwback shirt here. I'm gonna just get a
You
little
can
closer
barely see.
here.
So back then, I was
Yeah.
not very good with the print. Like I was like, man, it shouldn't have been black on maroon. It should have been white on maroon. That was my bad. But it says stay classy because I am the classy broad. I will always be the classy broad. And it's the classy broad jumping up like, oh, like that.
She's the personification of a broad. I know from experience.
That's right.
And I remember in the early years when I first started watching, and I was sitting next to my friends. Heather's making her way to the ring. This is back in the UWF days, by the way,
Oh my
Georgetown,
gosh.
Kentucky. So
Was I
she
was I good at the time? Was I a good guy or a bad guy?
a villain,
Okay, I was very okay,
you know.
awesome.
So
I miss those days. I miss being bad.
so you know, for my friends, this is their first time at an indie show.
Right.
They've never been to an indie show before. Indie wrestling is different from the televised wrestling.
Yeah.
So you really gonna get
It's gritty.
it's really gritty.
Yeah.
So and there are times you go at it with the fans, little shit talking here and there,
Right.
and sometimes one of my friends they really try to pop off. I'm like, man, just bruh, bruh, just sit down. I try to be the peacemaker.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be one of those people that like, man, just you can talk, just don't touch, you'll be okay. Don't
It
just
is a different world. If you're
yeah,
not used to that,
yeah,
and you bring an outsider, you're like,
yeah,
you got to bring them down and be like, look, y'all can't, you just can't. As soon as you cross into their world,
yeah,
oh, it's over. Like
yeah,
you're fair game. So,
yeah. Everybody that goes to a wrestling show, especially indie show, you gotta have that one person that's just gonna try to keep the peace. Gotta try
oh
to,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I guess I was that particular person because all my friends really got in trouble of some of the
Oh my
promoters,
gosh.
some of the from not in UWF. This is a different show, obviously,
Right.
but some
Mm.
of the promoters had to talk to these fans after the show. Like, look, man, we appreciate you being engaged to the show, man, but
But yeah.
yeah, you no, just sit down. Just
And I'm sure there's a few times that you got in trouble for being the middleman.
yeah,
You're just like,
I did.
yeah, like I'm trying to like be like the middle for the wrestling and for the fan. You're just like, chaos.
Even when the heels come at me when I'm trying to protect my friends, I'm
Right.
like, I'm trying to protect my friend for
Oh
friends
Lord.
for whatever he or she might do or say. So
Mm.
good times.
Well, you're a good man. We need
Yeah,
more people like you.
yeah. Anybody that needs that middle ground person, I'm that guy.
Yep, Kenny's a dude.
I'm that guy. I try. I can't make any promises. Like
Right.
if you put the hand on the wrestler, you on your own.
Oh,
And I'm
absolutely.
out.
Yep.
You know what?
You think you a wrestler? We're gonna
Yeah.
see how
You
much you
said,
a wrestler. We gonna see. Oh Lord.
oh, this was so much fun getting to chat with you. I want to say, just seeing what you've been able to do since your retirement from wrestling has been extraordinary. I'm on Facebook every day. I see what you doing with in the community and still going to wrestling shows here and there. and you fully focus on Squared Circle Expo as
Right.
well. And now you got this first show coming up on November the 4th. Um, you deserve your flowers, Heather Owens, because of what you have meant to professional wrestling. And I am an Ohio guy, even though I live in Kentucky. I root for the Ohio folks. I root for Heather Owens, whether she's wrestling or she's doing something else. She's good. She's a classic. She is what this shirt is. She's a classy broad.
Well,
So,
thank you.
shout out to you, Heather, for your contributions to professional wrestling.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, that's all we can do. Just be a good person. I'm just trying to live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
If I'm not at home, hanging out with the cats, the husband, whatever, I'm in the community, I'm volunteering, I'm having a good time. Just enjoy life. Don't be an asshole. Just open your eyes. There's beautiful shit all around you.
Yeah. And not only that, you're a fantastic podcaster as well.
Oh,
I watch the podcast. I listen.
so
I
I'm
be
taking a break a little
yeah
bit from all the podcasting, the YouTubing,
yeah
real life kind of gets in the way sometimes. But
yeah.
and I mean, you've been podcasting for, oh my
Fif-
gosh.
15 years. 15.
Yeah. So good for
Um,
you. See,
yeah.
I was by like year 3, I started to fidget out a little bit.
Hey, well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed chatting with you. Go check it out. Friday, November 4th, Powerful Pride Wrestling, debut show, first show of
Yes.
for the community. And please, if you got no plans, please make your way there and check it out, man. It's a fun time. So
Yep.
it's a guaranteed good time.
And the
Thank
thing
you.
is too, tickets are only $20 for first row, which are going pretty quickly, which is amazing. $20 for first row, 15 for second, general admission, $10. Everybody got $10. That's
Yes.
cheaper than a Happy Meal. Well, like 2 Happy Meals.
Too
So,
happy me.
well, the adult
Yes.
Happy Meal. It's cheaper than the adult Happy Meal.
Man, it's 2022. We got
Dude,
adult
but
happy.
I got one. I had to get one. Pure pressure. I got it. It's
Uh,
stupid. It's look, it's stupid. Look at this little dude. I
what?
got it. That's the adult Happy Meal. It was like $11.
So basically, what she's saying, as far as the price range, y'all ain't got no excuse.
No,
No
no, cheaper
excuse.
than a Happy Meal. Boom.
If you could pay all this expensive money for the televised shows and
Right.
whatnot, $10. You don't even have to be in the front row. Just
Wrestling, drag,
yes,
alcohol, good time on a
yes,
Friday. What you gonna do?
yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Heather. You enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, thank you, Kenny. Thank you so much.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.